A trip to Bere Island always involves a boat ride. There are two boats going to Bere Island, one from Castletown Bere and one from the east. Both boats can take 4 to 6 vehicles.
The sun usually takes over at 10 o'clock.
If you're lucky, as you cross the water, you may see a dolphin or a seal. The Castletown Bere boat takes about 10 minutes, and the boat leaving from the pontoon bridge takes about 20. Loading your car onto or off of the boat is an adventure in itself, even before you've arrived at Bere Island. It's now the end of November, and I've decided to walk around the old track towards the lighthouse at the west end of the island. Walking along the track, looking out to the harbour, you can see boats coming in to town with their loads of fish after many days out at sea. The lighthouse was finished in 1965 to help fishermen find the entrance to the harbour and to avoid wrecking onto the cliffs. Leaving the lighthouse, we walk uphill along the tops, on our way to the Heritage Centre for a cup of tea. The views up here to the west, looking towards Black Ball, are fantastic. You can just see Dogs and Beara, the Buddhist centre, on the cliffs. And if you look across the bay to Sheep's Head, you can also see Mizzen Head beyond it. I'm walking along fairly waterlogged tracks in the middle of November towards one of the signal towers on the island. The towers were built during the Napoleonic Wars. They were lookout stations for early warning against invasion. As I walk down now towards the north side of the island, I have a fantastic view of Castletown Bere town, and to the right I can see Hungry Hill, the highest hill on the Beara Peninsula. Turning right on the main road, I see some quaint cottages. It's a very quiet road, but occasionally there's a vehicle passing on its way from east to west or west to east. Eventually, walking along the main road, you arrive at the National School. Looking across the road, I see the Heritage Centre, built in the old school, which burnt down. The Heritage Centre is well worth a visit. There's lots of display about the history of Bere Island, and if you ask, they'll give you a sheet of A4 paper with the map of Bere Island on it with all the points of interest. They also do teas and coffees in their cafe. My friend John Walsh has picked me up to give me a lift to the barracks at Rerin. It's a bit of a walk and I've only got a short time on the island. At the barracks there's plenty of old buildings, and here is the site of the flagpole where they descended the British Union Jack and raised the Irish flag in 1938. On the top of the hill at the very east end of the island there are 2 6-inch guns left over by the British. And looking further east towards Widdy Island and Bantry, you can see the lighthouse. I'm heading back west now, and I can see here at the very east end of the island, but heading west, some lovely little inlets. Here, for example, we have the Lone Hawk Viking Harbour. The Vikings used to use this harbour to repair their longboats. As you walk along the road towards Rerin village, on the right hand side there's the Ardara Wedge Tomb. Once you get to Rerin village, maybe you'd like to stop for a pint in O'Sullivan's bar. The bar across the road could do with some refreshment too. Murphy's Post Office and Bakehouse Cafe is a great place to stop.
Sure, we've got one of them, have you?
No, that's right.
Alright. Is it bound by them, or is it?
Is it? Hold on, look. See them?
What's your one?
How you doing?
Alright, bye.
Nice glasses.
You did, bye. Hey.
Rerin village is where the other ferry arrives, and if you look across the harbour you can see Lawrence Cove. I'm heading back on the low road so I can come up to the standing stone that marks the centre of the island. From this viewpoint you can see a Martello tower, then the standing stone, and then another Martello tower. There were 4 Martello towers on Bere Island, but now only 2 remain standing. The Martello towers were completed in 1805, and they were there to increase the British defence from the French invasion. It's time to head back now, so I walk along the road towards the west to get to the hotel for a quick snack before I walk further on to the harbour. On the west end there's the Lookout Cafe. You can grab a snack or a cup of tea whilst you're waiting for the ferry to take you back to Castletown Bere. A visit to Bere Island can be done at any time of year, even in the end of November. It's a fantastic island that can be visited over many days, or if you've only got a short period of time, 3 or 4 hours will allow you to do one of the walks or visits.